Hey, what is this? I have asked you. You just tell me. Now I need to read the values of the name, age, and date of birth. In case of your structure, in case of your main program, how will you go for calling it out?
Scan.
Scan up. Now for character name, what is that you'll use?
S1.
Percentage yes, comma. For struct person, what is the variable you have over here? S1 for the outer structure as well as
S1 dot info dot
S1
name.
dot info dot. Very good.
Name.
S1 dot info dot name. That is what we'll be. We have written it in the next over here. You can see to that. Yeah, print of details of the student. So, okay, so print of enter the name, scan of percentage S1 dot info dot name, right? So print of enter the age. So age is also made available under the inner structure over there. So S1 dot info dot age. Next, we have the date of birth over here. So scan of percentage yes, S1 dot info dot date of birth. But whenever we go for accessing the data type members, which is being available in the outer structure, right? There we have what? There we go for using what? S1 alone. Able to understand that? So why we didn't use over here the ampersand symbol over here for name, for age, and for the date of birth? Sorry, for name and date of birth. Can anyone tell?
For character, we did not use.
So because we are using the string, so here we need not go for creating a memory address for it, right? But here we need to say that it is going to be stored in some specific address. So we go for giving out here ampersand symbol over here, right? So whenever we go for accessing our inner structure, we need to go for what? Having what? S1. Right. So whenever we need to access only the data type members of the outer structure or not, we need to use the variable what has been declared for the outer structure. Okay. Are you all clear with this? We'll move on to the next topic.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what the date of birth, again printf statements. Here you can see that enter the name, enter the age, enter the date of birth, enter the roll numbers, and enter the marks. And here is the output which is being displayed over here, right? Date of birth 23/2002, roll number is there, and marks is being there, right? You want to execute or we'll go to the next one? We'll go to the array of structures. Okay. So now we found what is an array, right? We have studied already what is an array and what is the structure. So what is an array? Array is nothing but what we can store what? N number of data. A huge volume of same data type can be stored. But whenever we have a structure, what we say, so where we can go for handling an heterogeneous data, right? Structures. Now the advantages of arrays is being combined with that of the structures over here, right? So array of structures, right? So here you can store the heterogeneous data, a huge volume of heterogeneous data using what? Using an array. That is made possible with the help of what? Arrays, right? So array of structure is nothing but a group of structure elements under the same structure variables, right? Student S1 100. So the above code creates what? 100 elements of structure type what? Student. So each element will be what? Structure data type called what? Student. So the values can be stored. So how many number of structure variables can be stored? 100 variables can be stored over here, right? So now, so the values can be stored as usual. How we start with an index of 0 over there. Similarly, here also it starts with an index. Always your array starts with an index of what? 0 only. So like how we say it as what? A of 100. That means what? It stores from what? The values from 0 to what? 99. Right. Similarly, here student S1 is nothing but it is going to be a variable, right? So how many variables, such variables we can have? 100 such variables, 100 elements of structure type student I can have, right? So here is an example they have given. S1 of 0 dot student underscore age is equivalent to what? 19. So under 0, the value which is being stored, the age value which is being stored is what? 19. So similarly, we can go for what? For storing what? N number of details, right? Here you can see to that an example of array. So as usual, so how we go for declaring a structure over here, right? So here stack student, right? And in teacher, the register number, name, and the marks is being stored over here. Void main, I am calling the structure S1 of 20. That means what? What it means? S1 of 20 means what?
Array of a structure.
So that is how many data I can go for storing it over there under S1. 20 data I can go for what? Storing that. Right? So print up. So in the previous cases you have seen how many elements you are able to store?
100.
In the previous examples, what we have executed, we were giving the book details, right?
Yes,
we were giving the book details, and then we just went for printing the book details. So how many book details we were able to give at a time? Only one. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
But here, whenever we go for an array, I can go for giving what? N number of details. I can go for giving what? N number of details. That is the advantage of what? Array of structures. Right? So under S1, I can go for what? Storing how many elements? 20 elements can be stored. Right? So I am declaring the size as for 20. But how many elements I need to store? It should be within what? 20. Right? So printf, enter the number of elements in the array, scanf %d. So whenever we go for using an array, what loop we should go for using it? What
for loop.
For loop is necessary. So how many times I need to have repeat those statements, right? Right. So here I have an example. So printf, enter the register number of the students, scanf % and S1 of I dot register number. So here you need to declare how many values you are going to store. I have given the total length as 20, but here in this example, we have taken it as for 2. So you can see to that the enter the number of elements in the array is being 2. Enter the register number of the student, right? So, so how many times this is being repeated? 2 times it is being repeated, right? So again, if I need to print that, I should go for writing it as what? For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Print up the student % details as what? /n, %d, /t, %s, /t. So what is this 0.2f represents over here? What is the need why we should go for what? 0.2f?
2 decimals.
So only we want the marks, that is the marks with what? 2 decimal points only. For that purpose only we go for writing it over here what? 0.2f, right? What is the purpose of the /n? What is the purpose of /n and what is the purpose of /t over there?
/n next line, /t space.
/t space. Right, /n, right, %d /t. So after the tab space, you get those details, right? For that reason only we go for what? Giving the tab space over here. And because we want the student details to be what? Printed to the next line. So for that only we have given here at the end of this, we have given it as what? /n. So what is the purpose we have given over here, I? What is the need? So we are going to here only 2 data we are going to enter. So only the student data 1, the student data 2. So how it goes for storing it? In order to view that, we go for what? Having this I over here. That is what the student %d details, right? And the student value 1, the student value 2. Likewise, it gets what? Printed over here, right? So what is that? The first step is what? In case of structure, as usual, you need to define the structure. Under that structure, we have student, that is register number, character name, and the float marks. As usual, how we define a structure, right? So we have defined here the student with 3 details only. That is the register number, name, and the marks. Next, we go for the main program over there. There we need to declare the I and n because it is going to be an array of structures. So we are going to use this two integers. We are going to declare the integers I and n over here. After that, we need to declare how many values we need to store. For that purpose only, we go for declaring the variable n over here. So for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, print up the register number of the students, right? Print of the, so scanf as usual, and S1 of I dot register number. How many times this loops will be repeated, ma? If I give n is equal to 2, right? How many times will it will be repeated?
2
2
times.
times.
2 times. So what will be the index value of S of 1? S1 of I?
0.
First value will be 0. The second value will be what? 1. Able to understand? Student details, right? Okay. So printf enter the name of the student. First the register number. Second the name of the student. And third the marks scored by the students. And again, so this is for reading the values, right? So why again a for loop is being used? For what purpose? Say what purpose? You please mute yourself, Mohan Sai. Mohan Sai, please mute yourself. Right, what is the use of this, ma? For what is a one for loop is to for what? Read the elements, and the other for loop is for what purpose we are using it over here?
Output. For output.
For viewing the output, we are using the next for loop. Okay, we'll go for executing this program. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So similarly, we will see another example also over here. The same thing, right? But here in case of this employee, right? So here you can see to that struct employee over here, int employee number, character name. So here, what is the basic pay? What is the allowance they get? What is the deduction? What is the net pay over here, right? So here they have declared it as what is that? E of 10. So it is nothing but the employee variable name is what? E. So what is its value over here? 10. So it can go for storing what? How many elements? 10 elements. That means what? Details of 10 employees can be stored over here. So instead of declaring over inside the main program, they have declared the variable after defining the structure itself. That is the difference. Right? There are two ways of declaring the structures, right? Declaring the structure variables. Can anyone recollect and tell me? What are the two ways in which we can go for declaring the structure variables? Hey, yesterday ma'am taught you, no? How we can go for declaring the structure variables? Two ways, right? What are the two ways? What are the two ways? One,
declaration of the structure will be at time of defining structure.
While defining the structure itself, we can go for what? Defining the structure variable, right? Or otherwise, we can go for declaring it separately, right? So here, what type it is? Tell me. What type it is?
Structure variable.
That I know, structure variable. What type? Where it has been declared. While defining the structure itself, we went forward declaring the structure variable. That is the reason whether we have called here any structure variable inside the main program. See, in the previous case you have seen, we have called over here struct student S1 of 20, right? This means what? No, you are not defining the variable immediately after defining the structure. Right, you are defining it separately. Here you see it ends with the semicolon. It means that what? Struct template has been what? Completed. So here I don't have any variables over here. So I went for stating that inside this, right? But here what happens? Here where it is being declared. Immediately after defining the structure, I went for what? Declaring the structure variable over here. As a result of which, here in the main program, did I call that struct? No. Able to understand what is the difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So if I go for declaring it here inside the main program, I should not go for defining it in the structure. If I'm going to define immediately after the structure, then I should not go for declaring it inside the main program. Okay, I should not declare it separately. That is the difference. Okay, so here as usual, they have got the employee number, employee name, the same thing, right? But here an additional function is being performed over here. E of I, what is the net pay? E of the basic pay plus the allowance minus the deduction over here, right? Print of the employee number, the net pay and everything as usual, right? Print of percentage D, right? /T as well as /N for printing the details of what? for printing the details of what the employees over here, right? Okay, we'll go for executing these programs. Do you people know the difference between how we can go for declaring the structure immediately after defining the structure, as well as what? As well as what we can go for declaring it what separately. There are two ways in which we can go for declaring the variable. One immediately after defining the structure, or we can go for defining it separately. Okay, so we'll go for executing. Which program will go for executing? The student program or the employee program? Tell me which program you want. We'll go for executing it.
First student one.
First student. Okay. So you people will tell me the steps now. Whatever you say, I'll be doing it, right? So we'll go for online GDBC compiler. Sure, yeah, you're able to view the screen. C compiler.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Then you tell me the steps now. So immediately after this, I need to declare what? The structure, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we should not go for using the caps in case of C. Struct student. Okay, then we should start with the curly braces. Then we need to declare what are the data types? Int, roll number, register number.
Yes, ma'am.
Int, register number. Okay, then
Char name.
Char name.
Char name.
Float marks.
Wait, I need to declare the size of the names, right? Otherwise, it will show an error. I'll give it as 30. Okay. Next.
Float names.
Marks.
Float.
Float.
Marks.
Marks. Okay. So now semicolon. So this is the end of the template. Now come to the main program. Okay. So now I need to declare what? Two variables, because I'm going to use what? Structure of array. Array of structure. So int I comma n. Okay. Printf. Enter the value of.
No, student one did not declare.
Oh, we didn't declare it over here. Okay. Struct student S1. Struct student S1. Correct? Or whatever it may be. Correct? Student only I have given over here, no? Yes.
Yes, no.
Int I comma n. Next, enter the value of n, right? Enter the value of n. Okay. Next, I need to read the value of n. Scanf. Shift %d comma
n.
D comma ampersand n. Okay. D comma ampersand n. Next, what I need to do?
Printf.
Printf. Very good. So here we are going for what? Array of structures. So we should go for using the for loop. For I is equal to 0, correct? I is equal to 0.
I less than n.
Semicolon. Semicolon. Come on, semicolon ma.
Comma.
I equal to 0. I less than n. Correct? I less than n. And then I plus plus, right? I plus plus. Then the curly braces starts. And then now you tell me.
Semicolon.
Enter the
here we used to have semicolon only, no? Okay. Yes, after for loop will not be having a semicolon, right? Okay. So now you tell me printf. Right? Printf. Sorry. Printf.
Enter the register number.
Enter the name.
Enter the register number. Enter the
Register.
register number. Register number. Okay. Register number. Next, I need to read the value of that register numbers, right? So now scanf.
Percentage.
Scanf.
Percentage
Shift.
D.
Percentage D.
Comma.
Comma.
Student.
Now S1 dot.
S1 dot register number.
S1 dot register number. REGNO. Correct? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next.
Enter the name.
Printf.
Enter the name.
Put the name.
Printf. Printf. Enter the name.
Ampersand.
Enter the name of the student.
Printf P is capital, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Here also it is capital. Scanf S is small only, na. Enter the name of the student. Okay. Enter the name of the student. Yes. Next. Scanf. Shift percentages.
Sorry,
Shift.
S1
Ma'am,
dot
semicolon, ma'am.
Wait. I'll use. So here I'll use /n. Huh?
okay.
/n. Here also I'll go for using /n.
Scan of numbers in S1, ma'am. Register number.
Register number? What, ma?
24th line, ampersand.
Ampersand unregistered topic.
S1 of 5, ma'am.
S1 of 5. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. S1 of 5. S1 of 5 dot register number. Here. Scanf percentage, yes. Comma.
Ampersand.
No ampersand for the characters, right?
No.
Yes,
S1
one of I.
dot
For
in
what purpose we are using I over here? Dot name.
I in
Because we need to read how many values over here? N values, right? For that purpose only we go for this. Printf.
enter the marks.
Enter the mark. Enter the marks.
/n.
/n. Okay. Printf, enter the marks. Okay. Scanf.
Percentage F.
Percentage F, right? Shift percentage F, comma, ampersand S1 dot marks, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Copy the same thing over here. S1 dot marks, right? Okay. Okay, this one gets end over here. Next for loop is for what?
To output.
To print the output.
To print the output. Okay, so next for loop I'll go, right? For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Here I'm going to give what? The printf statements over here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So printf, shift colon, shift, enter the student details are, right?
Yes, madam. The
Student
details.
here. I need for S1 student detail 1. So for that I need to do what? The student
Percentage D.
And the student shift percentage D, right? D only. I need to read the value of, right? Percentage D, comma, details are, student details are, shift colon, yes, slash T, or slash N will give. The next line we want?
Slash N.
Slash N. Okay, slash N. And then we need to print what? We need to, comma I, right? We need to print what? This one I, and then we need to print what? The name, and we need to print the register number, name, and the marks. So here, name, right? So name is what? Percentage D, right? Shift percentage D, right? Slash T, correct, and slash T and tab space and slash T.
Percentage yes, slash T.
Percentage?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, percentages slash T.
Percentage.
Percentages slash T. Slash T. Next, percentages slash T, percentage F slash T, correct?
Yes,
shift percentage, sorry, shift percentage F slash T. After that slash N I need to give. No need, no. Slash N I can give, no. Next line it has to go, right? Correct? Slash T slash N. Okay. Okay, so now, comma, I need to write comma, what I need to write? S1 of that. Please mute yourself, participants. Okay, so now you tell me what I need to type it over here. S1 dot?
S1 dot register number.
First S1 dot register number, comma,
S1
dot
name. I
S1 of I, yeah, but I didn't give here that thing, no. Here itself I have given, right? S1 dot S1 of I, right? I should give I, no? Yes, S1 of I dot register number, S1 of I dot register number, I dot register number, S1 of
I dot name, S1 of I dot marks,
S1 of
I dot
marks, right? I dot marks. Once again, you check the program whether we have written it correctly.
And for loop, curly brace missing
20th line, ma'am?
No. 30th line.
30th line. For one statement. Okay. Okay. Now it is okay, ma'am. Correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll execute.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
24 ampersand S1 of I dot register number, S1 of I dot name, I dot marks. What is the error we have it over here?
Ma'am, we have not declared S1 as an array, ma'am.
S1 of I, ma'am.
S1 bracket should come, ma'am.
S1 of 10 you have to declare. 17th line.
17.
Maximum.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
After this S1 here. Yes, enter the value of n. I'll enter it as 2. Enter the register number. So your batch 4100. Your code is 31, right? 13, right? 13001. Okay. 13001. Okay. Enter the name of the student. What name I'll enter?
Venkatesh.
Venkatesh.
Mom side.
Okay. Venkatesh.
Om Sai Prakash.
What is the marks? Enter the marks. 90. Enter the, again it is asking for the register number again. So 4141002, right? So Sai Prakasha. Sai.
Yes, ma'am. Om Sai Prakash.
Om Sai Prakash. Okay. Om Sai Prakash. Om Sai Prakash. Enter the marks. 90. Okay. So here you can see to that. Why we are getting here 90.5? Here 6 zeros over here. What is it? 0.2 F. We didn't do that. For that reason only we are getting that. Okay. Are you all clear with this? Okay. Instead, I'll go for here declaring it as what? Yes, one of 10 over here. Right? So now I'll remove this statement over here. Okay. Now we'll execute and see this. Right? Yes, it is getting executed. So two ways we can go for what? Declaring the variables, structure variables, one immediately after defining the structure, or otherwise you can go for what? Defining it inside separately, right? After defining the structure completely, after that you can go for what? Declaring the structure variable. Okay, we'll move. So are you all clear with arrays? Do you have any doubt on arrays? Do you have any doubt?
Actually, ma'am, we have uploaded the structure PPT in the LMS, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
And one more, and they may execute the next program, employee program. They may execute in LMS. Sorry, in online GDP compiler, and they can check. And one more thing, I will put up the group one link in the message, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, those who are not joined, you may join. And one more announcement, they have a exam. That is quiz exam. Those who are not attended, I think I have put up in the WhatsApp. That is also they can follow.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Nothing more than that, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, and so what is the advantage of having okay, so what is the advantage of having an array of structures? You can go for what storing a huge volume of data, like how we go for storing a homogeneous data. Similarly, we can go for storing heterogeneous data using what? Arrays. Okay, so parsing, how we can go for parsing a structure to a function in C, right? That is what the next topic is. So a structure can be, so like what is a function? No? For what purpose we go for the functions? What is the need for the function? What is the need for the function? We have seen, no? Passing arguments, right? In the first unit, we have seen this, right? The same thing. So how we go for parsing that is dividing a complex program into simpler forms is what we'll be calling it as what functions, right? So whenever we are in need of it, we can go for what using it. Similarly, how we carried out for the simple program, similarly we can go for what parsing structure to functions also. Right, passing structure to functions. So a structure can be passed to any functions, like how we go for calling variables, assigning variables to a function. Similarly, calling other program to a function. Similarly, you can pass the structure also. So a structure can be passed to what any function from the main function or from what any sub function. Right, structure definitions will be available within this particular function only. It won't be available to what other functions. So only it is made available to that particular function. So if the other programs need it, we need to pass these to those functions, right? So it can be done by either way. So you can go for what passing a value, or you can go for what passing an address to it. Right, so you remember those value, pass by value and reference, where we have seen that call by value and call by reference, right? Do you remember that? Call by value means what? Call by reference means what? What is the difference between these two? Call by value and call by reference. Hey, one person will have a drink and he'll be having it, right? So showing that figure, we showed you what is call by value and call by reference.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that? What is that? Call by value and call by reference.
In call by value, parameters inside the function has no effect, ma'am.
Very good. So whatever the changes we make, it is made available only within that particular thing. It is not reflected in the main program, right? But call by reference will get reflected into the main program. The arguments changes, value changes whenever there is going to be a change in the function, right? So that is what. So similarly here also we are going to look into it. So else we have to declare the structure variable as what? Suppose we want to be seen as changes has to be made. So you can go for declaring that structure variable as a global variable. So this that means structure variable should be declared what? Outside the function. So the structure will be visible to what? All the functions, right? So it can be done in three ways. How? Passing a structure to a function by value, passing a structure to a function by address. That is the reference. No need to pass a structure. Declare the structure variable as what? Global. So what are the ways in which we can pass the structure to functions? Means we can carry out that in what? Three ways. One is what? Passing a structure to a function by what? Value. Next is what? Pass a structure to a function. That is, instead of passing a value, we are going to pass an address. So instead of carrying out these two processes, we can go for what? Declaring the structure variable as what? A global variable. In these three ways, we can go for passing what? Structure to functions in C. Right? So in this passing structure to function in C by value. In this program, the whole structure is what? Being passed to another function by value. It means that the whole structure is with all the members and their values can be accessed from the called function. Very useful while writing. That is what. Here you can see to that. Include standard input output dot header file as usual string.header file. Here we have int character float. See here I am calling what? Void function. So I am passing that entire stack to what? Stack student record over here. Void function. So FUNCNC, right? Function stack. What is that? I am passing this entire array to what? To this function, void function, right? I have declared over here void function stack student record, right? It is being declared immediately after the structure, right? Immediately after defining the structure, I have declared here this function. I have passed this whole structure to this function. Okay. So stack student record ID is equal to 1. I'm just copying the values to over that. So function record. So whenever I go for calling this record, what happens? It transfers to that and it goes for collecting the values over here. What is that? Int ID number, the name of the character, that is the name of the person and the percentage what he has, right? So that is what. So here record ID is equal to 1. String copy record name is equal to what, Raju? Record percentage what he has scored is equal to 86.5. So whenever the function record, so I have passed what struct student record is that. So whenever I call that function over here, it starts what executing that again, right? So here void function struct student record, right? Printf again. So here I'm just giving the values over here, function record. So I'm calling that. So it goes to that void function student record. It goes for printing the values, whatever it has been read over there. So ID is 1, name is Raju. I am just passing the values over here, right? So whatever the values I have passed over here, it goes for what getting printed over here. So where see here, so immediately declaring the structure, right? I have declared the structure over here. Immediately after that, I'm passing all these structure itself to what? To a function. I'm void function struct student record is going to be what? The function. I'm passing this. This is an example for what? Passing a structure to a function by what? By a value over here. So here I am passing the values what? Record I is equal to 1, Raju, its value, and 86.5, right? So yes, Akshaya, you have raised your hand. Akshaya.
The time get over.
Okay, so this is an example for what? Passing by value. Okay, so the rest, all the other 2 types, will be looking into it tomorrow, ma. Okay, ma?
I think Thursday they have the class, ma'am.
Thursday,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, tomorrow they don't have the class. So
okay.
Thursday we will complete this function unit, ma. And Saturday we have the revision. Okay, we will discuss the important questions and all. So 2 units, complete 2 units, all the materials will be put up for your purpose. So you may refer it. Okay, ma'am. Okay, nothing.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you all. Ma'am, you will be ending the meeting, right?
No, ma'am, you are the host.
Oh, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
And thank you. We'll end the meeting.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, bye.
Bye.